Hello again, hockey fans, and welcome inside Birmingham Ice Arena for this OAA Red matchup between our Birmingham Unified Kings and the Clarkston Wolves. I'm Brad Fetters, joined once again by Nick Buckler. And Nick, this is an outstanding late season matchup between two really good OAA Red teams.
Yeah, obviously it's the second place team and the third place team respectively in the red. Last year Clarkston won the red, so BU's real excited to get a crack at them. These two teams already met once this year with Clarkston, the slight 3-2 advantage back in early December. So a chance on home ice to get it done.
Yeah, both teams looking up right now at Rochester United. Not going to be able to catch them in the standings, but both teams now preparing themselves for the postseason.
Yeah, it's a week away. Regionals start next week, so this is the nitty-gritty. This is the time. Injuries are always a problem. Flu bugs have been going around. It's always a problem in hockey locker rooms, especially in the winter months. Being in school, germs spread. Being in the locker room, it spreads quick. So get healthy, get ready, and get playing your best hockey going into regionals.
And this is a Clarkston team that comes in red hot, winners of 4 of their last 5, including 3 wins in a row. Their head coach, Nathan Breyer, is alongside the third member of our broadcast team, Andy Aubrey.
All right, guys, thank you very much. We are here now with Clarkston's head coach, Nathan Breyer. And Nathan, welcome to Birmingham. You're in enemy territory tonight, but we like to consider ourselves good hosts. Let's talk about your team now. As you and I discussed off camera, we're getting towards the nitty-gritty at the end of the season, but bring us up to speed on your kind of a bird's eye view of your team so far this year.
Yeah, we've had some ups and downs this year. We went through injury trouble and some sickness within our group early in the season, and we had a really unforgiving schedule this year. We went a stretch where we played 8 games, and every team was in the top 10 in the state. So kind of a rocky stretch for us coming out of injury and getting over the flu that ran through our team. So we're finally starting to get back to playing the right way and a little bit more consistent. So. And like you talked about, it's a good time of year to be playing good hockey.
Yeah, you want to be peaking around now. And that injury bug's hit everybody. I mean, even the pros. I know it went through the Red Wings and the Pistons and everybody. Give us a couple names. Who kind of drives the bus for your team?
I would say up front, Gavin Anderson, number 21. He's a senior for us. He's been with us for 3 years. A big part of our leadership group, a big part of our offensive attack. Brady Damian, and that's a 4-year guy. He'll be starting tonight, and then Ryan Wilford on the back end is also a 4-year guy. And again, all of them a big part of that leadership group, a big part of us as we push through that tough part of our schedule, not letting our group give up and sticking with it and making sure that we're going the right way.
Okay, sounds good. I want to wrap by asking about pregame speeches. How much influence does that have on a game in your mind? Do you put any emphasis on that at a time? Do you write it? Does it come to the top of your head before you take the ice? How do you view those?
Yeah, I think as a coaching staff, we kind of preach like preparation all week, right? And it can't just be the 5 minutes before the game. So I would hope it doesn't alter us that much in terms of like my preparation for it, right? Last minute notes. Anything that we can do to motivate our group is obviously what we go with. But in terms of like preparation for the kids and the players, we kind of preach that starts on Monday every week. So that last 5 minutes is just a couple quick notes and make sure we're ready to go.
Okay. Well, we'll see how it plays out. We're going to drop the puck here momentarily, but thank you for your time. And again, welcome aboard here at the Birmingham Ice Arena, and we'll send it back to Brad and Nick for right now.
All right, thank you so much, Coach Breyer and Andy. As for the Birmingham Unified Kings, a little bit of an up-and-down season, 12-11-2 on the year, coming off a tie against a pretty good Huron Valley team, looking to carry that momentum over to the play here tonight.
Yeah, Huron Valley top 10 in the state, so anytime you can get teams like that on your schedule, you want to take care of business and at least have a good showing and get your team playing right, build some confidence. You didn't lose, you get a tie. Now you get to come into this one against a team that already beat you once. You really want to get the upper hand, get the season split, and get that momentum moving into the playoffs.
And this is a Birmingham Unified team that is averaging nearly 3.5 goals per game while giving up just 3 goals per game. A little bit of a high-powered offense.
Yeah, it really is. Their last win, they put up 8 goals against Lake Orion, so they really know how to put the puck in the back of the net, and they're doing a better job of late keeping the puck out of the net. And that's a huge thing when you hear NHL coaches talk about. We just got to keep pucks out of our net, and that's something that this BU team has done better of late.
Zach Warson's their head man, and he's alongside our very own Andy Aubrey.
All right, guys, thanks again. Now we are here with Zach Warson, Birmingham's head coach. Zach, always a pleasure to talk to you. And we're here in Birmingham tonight. We've been at the Bloomfield Arena, the Detroit Skate Club before, but they're here in enemy territory. Your friends from Clarkston. How do you view this matchup?
Yeah, Clarkston's been the champion the last couple of years in the OAA Red. We've had good competitive games, so it's always a challenge playing them. For us, it's we're preparing for regionals for the next week, so this is another test for us, and we got to be ready to play.
Yeah. What's the message to the guys beforehand? As you stated, we're going into the end of the season now, so you want to get to be playing your best hockey right now. I'm assuming that's been the message in practice too.
It has, and really that for us starts kind of the week before. We had a tough stretch of games, and then we had a good result against Huron Valley, tying them here, which is a good top 10 team. So for us, obviously, you want to be playing your best hockey come next week. So this is all preparation for that next week, and we feel like we've turned a corner and hopefully put on a good performance tonight.
Okay. Let's talk about some of your team leaders. Who's been kind of like carrying the flag for you guys?
Yeah, Connor McKitchick has been really good on the back end and also kind of leading us on the point side as well. We've been a group by committee team this year. We've had some injuries, some guys out for the year, and so some other guys have had to step up, and it's been good. Cash Musal has been good for us. Our D core's been solid all year. We have 4 or 5 senior defensemen back there. Keegan Jordan with Harris, Marty Graney, Connor McKitchen, Connor Bozick, and so we've really been a team that's drove from our defense up. So it's been good from that, but it's see other guys step up into that role, and hasn't been the same guy every night. So that's a good thing coming to playoffs.
That's a lot of Connors too. One last thing, and I asked Nathan this question: the pregame, the ever popular pregame speech. How much emphasis do you place on one of those?
I think it depends on the day and the game and what the group's going. So we do the same routine every single game. Hour 15, we do our pregame and pre-scout, and then 10 minutes before we kind of have our ramp up talk. But I'm a believer if the guys aren't ready to play in the locker room, then it's on them. Then maybe the message changes a little bit in the first period intermission speech, but players got to be ready to play. But yeah, depends on the group. You can get a feel for it pretty quick when you walk in the locker room.
Yeah. Everybody pretty healthy tonight?
No, no, we're not. We're going to be missing a couple guys tonight. So we got some injuries still, some illness going through. But again, opportunities for guys to step up.
Yeah, it's their time. All right, well, thanks, Coach, and we're looking forward to seeing this game, and they're great, and you guys are good, and everybody's going to have a good time tonight. So we'll wrap it up from down here, but tell you not to go away because the drop of the puck is coming right up.
Losing the fear of looking foolish comes with age.
Who did you steal him from?
Losing your way in your own home doesn't. Confusion with time and place may be a sign of Alzheimer's.
Mom, are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine.
Early detection gives you and your loved one time to plan for the future. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's.
Nearly set to go. Continuing coverage here on BACB Sports. Brad alongside Nick Buckler and Andy Aubrey. Let's meet the starting goaltenders. First, for the Clarkston Wolves, it'll be number 1, Brady Damien. Comes in with a 5-12 record, goals against of 3.83, and a save percentage of .867. Countering him tonight in net for the Birmingham Unified Kings, it'll be number 93, Alistair Hewer. Hewer, 6-4 overall, 2.80 goals against, and an .857 save percentage. Clarkston in their gold jerseys, Birmingham in the red and black, and we are underway.
New look for Birmingham. Always used to wear the blacks, right?
Yeah, the blacks with the BU crest on the chest. This one's a little different. Birmingham in script across the chest in white. Quick snapshot, far side. Shoveled off to the side there by Damian. First shot of the hockey game belongs to the Kings. As Clarkston throws it in a little bit deeper. Gone after it. Kings along the near side boards. Will gather it up and try to move it through the neutral zone. Unable to connect on the pass, comes into the Clarkston zone. Shoveled over to the left wing side. Now through the offensive zone, it'll be covered there by Hewer. First defensive zone face-off coming up deep in the King zone.
Yeah, both goalies tonight are going to be tested. You know, the shots were pretty high in the last game, 27-16. So, you know, anytime you get over 25 in a game at the high school level is pretty impressive. So they're going to be tested and see how it works out for them.
Wolves able to win that offensive zone face-off. Puck comes over to the near corner. Dug up there, sent back to the blue line. Quick shot through some traffic, makes its way all the way to the far side boards. Chipped ahead by BU, but not out. Wolves starting to buzz here. Block shot comes all the way out to the neutral zone, gathered up there by Clarkston. Moved over to the left wing side, now chipped forward. BU goes back in their own zone, tried to angle it off the sideboards. Nothing home for the Kings there. Centering pass, intercepted by Birmingham. They'll gain the offensive zone on the right wing side, pinched up alongside the boards. Walking in, good pad save made by Damian. First real good scoring chance of the hockey game belongs to Birmingham. That was number 15, Cash Musu. Clarkston looking to change. Birmingham going to go back behind their own cage to set up. Looking up ice. They'll send it along the near side boards. Intercepted there by Clarkston, sent in deep off the backboards. Angled over on the far side boards out to center ice where it's gathered by the Clarkston captain, number 17, Ryan Wilford. Wilford comes into play with 9 goals and 7 assists on the season. 7 assists, leads the team along with his teammate Drew Seating.
Yeah, he's a 4-year player. He's a real strong guy to have on the back end, just kind of the quarterback in situations, oversees the ice, plays solid defense, and he can produce a little bit on the offensive side of things as well.
Birmingham looking to change the forward line. Quick shot into the pads. Ethan Goel, 5 goals, 15 assists.
Nice job by Damian there to not let any rebounds out. Smothered it, and the face-off will be off to his left.
Ethan Goel going to stay on the ice. Will take this draw. Will be countered in the circle by number 21, Gavin Anderson. Another quick shot through some traffic.
Yeah, a little trouble there. A little rebound went undetected there. Could have been banged into the empty corner of the net. Had trouble gloving that one. It's going to be important for both teams to try to get traffic in front because the hardest saves are the ones that you can't see. So traffic is always a good thing. So we have an infraction here on the face-off. Clarkston will have to swap out the centerman, and the new centerman comes in, wins the draw clean.
And that went up into the protective netting and out of play. So we will reset and do this face-off one more time. Damian did get the start in the previous matchup between these two teams. That game played all the way back on December the 4th. Damian picking up the victory while making 14 saves. Dylan Brand made the start for Birmingham, made 24 saves in the loss. Goal scorers on the night for Birmingham, Ryan Brand and Nolan Malachevsky. 3 different Clarkston scorers, including Wilford and Gibson. Drew Swanson eventually netted the game winner in the 3rd period. So it's kind of a back and forth contest. Clarkston had the 2-1 lead. Birmingham evened things up at 2 goals apiece before the Swanson game winner about 4 minutes into the 3rd period. So 2 evenly matched teams, as Nick mentioned at the very top of the broadcast. 2nd and 3rd place within the OAA Red. No one catching Rochester this season.
No, they're locked in 19-4-1. It's just been an impressive run for them this year. They look to be the cream of the crop in the red. So Clarkson's had a good run the last couple years. They're not out of it, though, by any means. Once you get to regionals, you just got to get hot at the right time. But as far as regular season goes, it's Rochester's to lose.
Braden Wegner going to take the face-off here for the Wolves. Malachevsky, face-off circle for BU. Who's going to have to scramble a new skater out onto the ice.
Last change, big advantage. Take advantage. Get the
Keegan
gunner there.
Jordan, the captain, wears 77.
We're going to do it again. Ice it.
Bring it back. Yeah, that was one thing Coach Breyer told me before the game, and that is we're getting down to the nitty-gritty here, and you want to be playing your best hockey heading into the postseason, and he feels that's happening for them. So Exhibit A on display here tonight for us.
Yeah, to that point, winners of 4 of their last 5, including 3 wins in a row. The loss was by a single goal to Brother Rice, 4-3 the final score in that one. So this Clarkston team starting to really hit their stride. Coach mentioned that absolutely brutal schedule that they played. And we'll kind of get into some of those specifics here momentarily, but they took on the Tom Izzo approach of basically scheduling every top team in the state of Michigan. It's just a who's who of high school hockey on the Clarkston schedule this season. Ransford ran into Wegner on the near side boards. Ladled out to center ice, going back to get it. Connor Kitchik. Kitchik leading the team with points with 23, 10 goals, and 13 helpers on the season for the senior from Seaholm.
Yeah, he's really been the straw that stirs this drink here.
Ransford pulled up, split a couple defenders, lost track of the puck. Clarkston cross-ice pass, unable to connect. Puck angles off the sideboards out to center ice. Birmingham's going to throw it in a little bit deeper. They will bring a couple fresh skaters onto the ice. A little backhand pass made there by Wilford. He left it for Swader. Swader up to Seating. Left wing side for Gavin Anderson. Throws it in on net and covered by Hewer.
Yeah, just trying to get pucks on net. Haven't had much pressure so far in the early going in this one. Just gotta try to get some traffic in front, throw pucks on net, see what sticks, kind of thing. But no rebound there, and we'll reset here to the goalie's right.
12:19 left to go, opening period of play. So glad you decided to tune us in here on BACB Sports, coming to you from the Birmingham Ice Arena. Birmingham Unified, consisting of players from both of our Birmingham high schools, Groves and Seaholm, taking on the Clarkston Wolves. Saved at the blue line there, thrown in via the wrister. Made its way in on net. Off the stick there of defenseman Ryan Wilford. Wilford, 9 goals, 7 assists on the season. Rung around the end boards, comes over to the right wing side, thrown ahead. Unable to connect, but now hustled down there and thrown in on an odd angle. Good idea by Musu. Throw anything in on net, you never know what's liable to happen.
Yeah, more than a few have gone off the back of a goalie into the net.
Not too often you see a goalie wear the C or the A on his chest, but that is in fact what Brady Damian has. He's one of the assistant captains for head coach Nathan Breyer. Roberto Luongo, did he
is he a captain?
was he one of the captains for the Canucks back in the day?
That's a good question. I feel like that's be a safe bet.
Remember Jason Veritek wearing the captaincy at the catcher position in baseball. Glove down at center ice. Birmingham kind of carrying play right now. Unable to pull the trigger. Leaving it for the one-timer. Rattles off the end boards. Comes out to the blue line. Kept in play there. House has it on the near side. And it's edged out defensively by Clarkston.
What a quick release there. High percentage shot from the high slot. Just missed the blocker side.
Good pace to this game thus far. No scoring yet. Pulling up there, losing control of the puck, Ethan Goel. It's going to lead to a rush here for Clarkston. In on goal, backhand! Clarkston scores. Wolves take the 1-0 lead.
That started as a 1-on-3, and he just burned around the far side and just put himself into a great scoring opportunity and goes all the way around, tucks it in with the backhander, 1-0 Wolves.
Mike Truby for Clarkston. Get another look at it here, Nick Buckler.
Yeah, curious to see. This isn't quite it, but
It'll be an unassisted goal for Truby.
yeah, he just kind of picked the pocket there at the far blue line and just took it up the right side and just burned everybody. A real impressive burst of speed there to get around everybody with a little tuck. 1-0.
Truby's 5th goal of the season, unassisted. Gives Clarkston the early 1-0 lead.
It's been a game, too, that BU's kind of controlled pace thus far, and Clarkston just takes advantage of the opportunity as we get an icing here by BU, so we'll get no zone face-off for the Wolves.
Yeah, it's been a quick pace, surprisingly so. These two teams have come out with their hair on fire, and that goal by Clarkston, he was a good example of that. I mean, he caught hard in the net and put it in for our first goal.
Gotta bring some excitement here to the crowd. So they're a late arriving crowd.
Well, it's Birmingham,
Yeah.
you know.
They're all in the concourse looking at all the memorabilia and the
they're-
statues, like they say at Little Caesars.
It's a fashionably late arriving crowd here.
A little bit of an earlier start, 6 p.m. start to this hockey game.
Traffic this time of day in this town. Might start to see the crowd draw in here for the second period and beyond.
Oh, I think so. Baseball, too, we always see that.
Yeah,
Those people show up when they want. And especially when there's a doubleheader, they're almost never there at 4 o'clock.
So we get a freezing of the play. Net came off, I believe, here, and we'll get a face-off here to the left side of BU here. We'll take another look at the goal here. Look at this. He just kind of gets in the clear, a little fake, and he just waits out the goalie, tucks it in backhand outside of the skate.
Yeah, it's beautifully done.
It was nice. Well executed by Truby.
Had a little Nick Buckler on it.
Yeah, you know, I'll be curious to see the film on that. Lucky for me, it doesn't exist.
Quick shot knocked down by Birmingham. In the offensive zone, hard collision on the near side.
Yeah, face kind of went into the glass there.
Kitchik taking the brunt of that check. Good drop pass. Going hard to the front of the net.
That was a nice tip there, almost snuck in far side.
Puck makes its way all the way out to the blue line. High rising shot by Wagner. Just out of the reach of the catching glove of Hewer.
Clarkston starting to turn it up a little bit now.
Clarkston brings out a couple fresh bodies. We'll throw it in deep. Birmingham having to retreat. Ransford on the near side. Tried to chip it forward right at the red line. As Birmingham will bring wholesale changes out on the ice. Cross ice pass, unable to connect there. Keegan Jordan goes after it. Pinned up along the end boards. Clarkston moves it to the near side. Tie-up occurs along the near side half boards. Played in a little bit deeper by the Wolves, maintaining possession. Tried to move it into the slot. Nothing available there for the Wolves, and finally cleared out by Birmingham. A little spinorama move. That's Cash Mushu. Left. Offensive zone gain. Block shot once again.
Real good block there.
Ferguson
Clarkston.
shot blocked.
Carson Benedict just getting down, almost in a 4-point stance, and says, "I dare you to hit me." That's exactly what happened. You know, the teammates love when guys put the body on the line, blocking shots. It really gets them going.
Offensive zone faceoff coming up for Birmingham as they look for the equalizer, trailing 1-0. Brad Fetters, Nick Buckler, Andy Aubrey for BACB Sports. Rung around the end boards. Birmingham pinching in, saves it, chopped up right in front of the Clarkston bench. Tough play, look out. Clarkston dangles the puck, separated from said puck there by Birmingham. And now a tie-up.
Tomaselli made a good defensive play there to kind of get in the way of what was forming to be a nice 2-on-1, possibly a one-timer, but was snuffed out.
Stretch pass intercepted by Clarkston. Finally, Birmingham is able to exit the zone. Backhand attempt. Clarkston. Whoa, look out! Oh, what a blast! Ferguson His 4th of the season. Picked the top shelf, tucked it in under the crossbar. We got ourselves a hockey game, 1-1 our score.
This was just actually a good defensive play by Clarkston that was just unfortunate. They poke-checked the puck, and it goes right into the slot again, which isn't the area you want that to happen, and Bergeson was waiting for it right there. And I'm not so sure this puck doesn't get deflected right when he lets the shot go, because it kind of goes end over end. But regardless, it goes barred down right in the top corner, and we got ourselves a gridlock tie.
Yeah, hit the crossbar, went down. Thankfully
They call that
for Ferguson.
bar down, Andy.
Bar down, bar down. We'll take it.
And now an intercept right at the blue line by Ethan Goel.
A little bit of back and forth in this one.
Bouncing puck ladled forward. Clarkston looking to move it up the ice. Unable to connect on that stretch pass. Stepped in between by Birmingham. Makes its way around the outer boards. Clarkston looking for the centering pass. Nothing home. Birmingham with the intercept. Carried forward. Through center ice. Slamming on the brakes and flinging it into the midsection of Brady Damien, who will hold for faceoff with 5:55 left to go in the first.
Hey, throw it on net, right? You never know.
Good things happen. Let's take a look at this goal here again.
So Bergeson gets the goal. Ethan Goel the primary assist. Cash Musu with the secondary helper. Kings, bit of a lift after that goal. Jordan leaves it for House. Another block shot by Clarkston.
That one's Cooper Aller.
Now Aller has the puck, left wing side. 2 red jerseys back. Aller slams on the brakes. Centering pass, looking for the one-timer. And then a big check on the far side.
Oh, my. He finished it all right.
Mike Truby absorbing the contact there. It goes down to the ice.
Another block.
That's House once again. Hudson House, 6 goals, 1 assist on the season.
One of the best names, too. Love that name.
Into the low slot. That clanks off the post.
Low percentage shot there and short angle. Guys love shooting that from that short side. Get that top corner right next to the goalie's ear. It's a very vulnerable position for a goalie. Tough to defend.
Banked off the boards. Scooped up by Ryan Wilford. He flings it in deep. Playing it off the backhand. Marty Graney, one of the alternate captains and defensemen. Graney, a senior at Seaholm. Under 4.5 minutes remaining in the first period. Ransford takes a little bit of abuse there from Wilford.
A little high hit there, hands up near the face area, undetected.
And Ransford's taken a couple shots like that, right in front of us.
Wilford gave him a little extra shot with the stick as well. Wilford able to dig it up near side, around the cage, using it as protection, glides down the right wing side. Avoids the check there. Tried to drop it back. Boy, oh boy, would that have been a highlight reel goal.
Shocked it got through.
If Clarkston was somehow able to angle that shot in on net. Instead, they whiff. Maintaining possession here in their offensive zone. Terrific pass right onto the tape. Oh, boy, Clarkston. Jack Faber puts them ahead. A terrific pass there by Ryan Wilford. Can't wait to get a look at this goal.
This was just a really good play, good puck moving by the Wolves there, patient with it, and then they see Faber over there all by himself in a high percentage shot. He's going to let that eat, and he's going to finish every time.
Just absolutely sniped it. If it does, in fact, remain Faber's goal, it'll be his first of the season.
And a real impressive one at that.
So Wilford, primary assist. They'll give the secondary helper to Wagner. And it will, in fact, be Faber's first goal of the season. Gives the Wolves the lead right back This one trapped up into the jersey by Damian.
Puck kind of rolled off his stick and rolled up the arm of Damian, but able to pinch it in there and get himself a face-off to his left.
See if we can't get another look here at this Clarkston goal. See all the flex in that stick there.
Yeah, he got some bend on that, on his twig there that gave him some velocity on that shot.
Keegan Jordan. Another block shot by the Wolves. They have been certainly active in their own zone.
Curious what flex that stick is for Faber. Got to be like 80 or something like that. It was whippy.
Yeah, you don't see wood sticks doing that.
No, you don't see wood sticks.
Well, you don't see wood
Could've
sticks.
just
You're
stopped
showing
right
your
there.
age, Andy.
I suppose.
The old Sherwood caught down with made out of the same thing George Washington's teeth were made out of.
That's true.
Back in my day.
You know, the first puck was made of wood, by the way. And it was
here
square, by the way.
We got some facts.
And we're going to pour them out before this thing's over. You're going to learn. You're going to learn things. It's the last thing I make you do.
I love learning, like I've been saying. Student of the game.
So educate us, Nick. Stick flex just basically kind of a feel thing?
Yeah, the higher the number, we're going to have a penalty coming up here, tripping against the Wolves. So power play BU to end this period. So we'll break it down for you right here. We'll take a look here at this goal. Look at the far side. You can see the flex kind of goes. You want a good shot, you're not just slapping at it. You're putting your weight down on that stick, and that's what the flex is all about. That's really what's powering your shot. It's the flex to the stick. It's not your arms. It's not your legs. And so it's just all about the flex, I guess. So the higher the number, the more flexy the stick, the more whippy it is. The lower, you see forwards often have a more flexy stick, where you see defensemen, guys who don't really need to shoot as much and get all that on that. The defenseman have a lower number. Big hit.
And a new stick's going for what now? $200-300,
At
right?
least, yeah. Depends what you want, but the cheapest thing you're going to find is probably a good stick. It's over 200.
Yeah.
Minute and a half remaining on the man advantage here for Birmingham as they once again seek the equalizer after number 19 for Clarkston. Jack Faber gave them the 2-1 lead. Birmingham setting things up offensively, and oh boy, it sneaks out of their offensive zone. They'll have to regroup at center ice. Not a very successful power play here so far for the Kings, as they have yet to really set up anything in their own zone.
Yeah, this power play is definitely a momentum shift one way or the other here. If you get a goal here in this last, 55 seconds or so, it shifts the momentum your way. Whereas if Clarkson's able to kill this, that's going to keep the momentum high for them and see if they can build on the lead in a second.
Lusu back to house. Goel set up for the screen in front of the net. And it's played forward by Clarkston. This is really going to kill off some valuable power play time now. Looking for the one-timer right in the slot. Stepped in between. Terrific play defensively to get back. Hudson House.
Yeah, and if you give up a shorthanded goal,
that's
a killer.
Yeah, that's not ideal for anybody.
Just 20
involved.
seconds remaining in the first period. Going to be about a second left in carryover time in this man advantage.
There is a stat, too, even if there was more time in the carryover, that to get a chance here by BU, that the momentum doesn't really shift over to the second period there when the period ends for a power play. So only 1 second, 2 seconds, it's not going to make any difference in the world.
So Clarkston jumped out to the early lead, the unassisted goal by Mike Truby. Unified answered right back. Will Bergeson with his 4th of the season, and then finally Jack Faber. His 1st of the year has given the Wolves the 2-1 lead. Take a quick break here on BACB Sports while the Zamboni to make its way out onto the ice surface. But when we come back, it'll be the start of the second period with our Birmingham Unified Kings trailing 2-1.
We said we'd never give in to a meltdown.
Mariella.
Never leave the house looking, well, and never let them out of our sight. Cars get hot fast, and kids can be at risk. Before you leave the car, always stop, look, lock.
Two teams have hit the ice. Start of the second period of play with the Clarkston Wolves ahead of the Birmingham Unified Kings by the 2-1 score. Brad Fetters with Nick Buckler, Andy Aubrey, BACB Sports. And gentlemen, Birmingham ends up out shooting Clarkston in that first period of play by a 13-8 margin, but it's the Wolves in front 2-1.
Yeah, I think a lot of the shots there for BU were kind of on angles, just kind of trying to throw some pucks on net, where Clarkston had a lot more in tight chances, high percentage looks, and to that they were able to capitalize on two of them and have a 2-1 lead.
Two teams will trade ends here in the second period of play. Will Bergeson, the lone goal scorer for Birmingham, his fourth of the season. Right now, the goal-ahead goal belongs to number 19, Jack Faber, his first of the season for Clarkston.
Came in a big time here as the puck drops and BU controls.
One thing I've noticed about calling youth hockey is before about the mid-90s, there were no number 91s. And now there's always a number 91. Funniest thing.
Stamkos, right? Stamkos probably did that for a lot of folks.
Stamkos.
Nazem Kadri?
Never heard of him.
Nazem Kadri, Stamkos.
There was a gentleman from Russia that came over and played for the Red Wings. You might have heard of him.
Never heard of him.
Something about a recent jersey retirement ceremony.
That was like the 19 when I was a kid.
Yeah,
well, we had a lot of 91s as well.
19's still a popular number today, too, still.
Joe Sakic.
Yeah.
Centering pass for the Wolves. That changed direction quickly. Whiffing on the clearing attempt. Wolves have the puck along the far side boards. Gavin Anderson, good patch save. Oh boy, oh boy.
Wow.
The rebound opportunity right in front of the net.
Oh, that hit right off the post there. Referee in a perfect position to say no dice there on that one. A real good look for the Wolves. They're buzzing here after coming off that penalty kill and the intermission here, building on a 2-1 lead.
Yeah, Birmingham very fortunate to not let the third goal in on that exchange. It was, you heard the clang, and those Wolves were all around the net.
Both teams electing to use that stoppage in play to change lines. So 5 fresh skaters onto the ice for both squads. You breaks out, quickly throw it on net. Blocker save made by Brady Damien. Behind the net. Puck squirts free on the near side boards. Thrown around the end boards, comes all the way out to the far side. Going behind the net, number 91. Kitchik. Puck free in front of the net, finally cleared out by the Wolves. They'll flip it forward and will vacate their own zone. Hodnick looks up ice. Into the skates there of Cooper Aller. Couldn't move it for Clarkston. Gitchik over to the left wing side. Guided through center. Another snap shot. Blocked down by the Wolves. This one sails over top the cage. Goes off the back glass. Caroms off the side boards. Picked up once again. Gitchik moves it over to the left wing side. Played there. Birmingham kind of caught in a change. It's going to lead to an odd man rush for Clarkston. The block shot off the stick of Gray goes into the protective netting and out of play.
Yeah, fortunate there deflection as kind of a bad line change for BU. A couple guys tripped over each other getting off. Allowed for the odd man break for Clarkston. But puck goes harmlessly into the protective netting.
Gavin Anderson wins the draw for Clarkston. Puck goes end over end into the end boards. Taking a bit of a bump from behind, Marty Graney. Puck banks off the glass. Clarkston able to trick it into their own zone. Wilford, some fancy stick work, went to the backhand. Retains possession, able to guide it all the way out to the blue line. Big blast from out there. Banks off the backboards. Birmingham still unable to clear it. Pad save made once again. And contact with the goaltender will be the call. Guilty party Tanner Gray.
It's just going to be a face-off outside, no penalty on the play, so they're just going to reset, take a face-off outside, just try to nullify any scoring chance that was happening there.
Bit of a protective measure for the goaltender. Odd to see Alistair Hewer, the netminder for BU, wearing such a high number, 93. Don't typically see too many goalies with that high of a number.
Must be a big Alex DeBrincat fan.
Well, before Gretzky at 99, you didn't really see too many numbers in hockey that were up in the 80s and 90s register.
Peter Klima.
Klima was 85, right?
Yeah, I think 88, 85. Oh, inside
Another
crossbar
post.
there. Oof. They're
Trying to
just
chop
wiring
that puck
shots.
down.
It's Wilford.
Clarkston certainly has come out as the aggressor here in this middle frame. Kitchik tried to carry through. Good back check once again by Clarkston. Near turnover by Birmingham. Dangerous play. They will, in fact, turn it over. Thrown in, sticked aside by Hewer. Another face-off with 13-12 left to go in the second period. Well, we kind of teased it, but let's now kind of sort of break down what Clarkston has faced this season. They had an 8-game losing streak between January 3rd and the 29th, and Coach Breyer kind of hinted at it with his interview with you, Andy. They have played a who's who of Michigan high school hockey teams. They have faced the #1 team in the state of Michigan, Howell, lost that game 3-0. Faced Detroit Catholic Central, the #2 team in the state of Michigan, lost that game 8-0. Then they squared off and took in Heartland, who by all indications, the 3rd-ranked team in the state of Michigan, lost that game 8-0. Took on Granville, the 9th-ranked team in the state, lost that game 5-0. And then to kind of put the cherry on top of things, took on Northville, the top 10th-ranked team in the state, and fell to the hands of the Mustangs 6-0.
Really good to see what you're made of going through a gauntlet like that.
I don't know what it is about Heartland, but they always seem to have good hockey and lacrosse programs out there.
Heartland gave Detroit Catholic Central their lone loss of the season. Heartland able to beat the Shamrocks 2-1. Howell, their lone loss of the season. Howell's off to a 23-1 start. Their lone loss of the season was to Catholic Central in the very first game of the year. 4-3 the final score. So Howell with 1 loss, Catholic Central with 1 loss. Heartland currently the 3rd-ranked team. As we mentioned, the only team to give Catholic Central a loss this season. Heartland 20-6 on the year. Catholic Central just a perennial power. It seems like they just win state championship after state championship.
Maybe.
Hard to dethrone them, but certainly you gotta like the odds for perhaps either Howell or Heartland. Wilford slams on the brakes, tried to spin it inside for Drew Seating. Seating one of the top point getters this season for the Clarkston Wolves with 12. Ryan Wilford, 16. The top goal scorer this season is number 21, Gavin Anderson, 15 goals on the year. Ketchik works it up ice. Looking for something on the right wing side. Nothing home there for Birmingham. Clarkston coming the other way now. Turned over right at their blue line. Over to the left wing side. Miles Ransford walks it in. Tried to go near side. Puck out of play.
Well, trying to generate something here. It's kind of been a low intent period here for both sides here. A lot of neutral zone play. A lot of on your heels feeling it out here. After the initial burst we saw from Clarkston here at the beginning of this second period. Kind of just gathering themselves both ways.
Yeah, Clarkston came out hot after that first intermission, and they might have burned out a little bit because it feels like they've been chasing their tail for the last couple minutes now.
Sue winning the face-off for Birmingham. Puck works its way to the far side. Meekum over there, wears 11 in red. And finally, puck nudged down the ice by Clarkston. Kachik. Gonna have an icing call. High school hockey, you are allowed to change during an icing call. Linesman. Giving Graney a bit of a hard time. Linesman asking for that puck to face off, and Graney couldn't lift it up to him. Turnover right at the red line, thrown in, glove down by Hewer. Moved over to Graney. Connects with his D-man partner. Alberti walks it down the half glass. Now behind the cage. Threw it over to Keegan Jordan. Moved out in front. Clarkston right there, however, to gather up that puck and throw it through the neutral zone. Scooped up there by Graney. Angled off the backboards all the way out to the blue line. Thrown back in by the Kings. Couple players come together along the near side boards. Freed up in the skates momentarily. Played out by the Wolves. They move it forward. Race for that loose puck is going to be won by Swanson. Clarkston looking to change. Swanson doing the hard work along these sideboards. Centered the pass in between the circles, but cleared on out by Birmingham. Birmingham thought about changing. Instead, Clarkston brings it right back in. Wilford into the catching glove of Hewer, who will hold for another defensive zone face-off for the Kings. 9:06 left to go, second period of play. Ethan Goel going to take the draw here for BU. That'll be Drew Seating for Clarkston. Seating wins it. Back to the blue line, tipped in front of the net and into the netting behind the goal.
We'll do it again.
Each team electing to keep the 5 on the ice. This time it'll be BU with the face-off victory. Got angle bounce.
Got to give that ref credit on those face-offs. I mean, there's no wasted time there. Just throw it down. Let's play.
Yeah, oftentimes it seems like NHL linesmen kind of dilly-dally.
They think the show is them, I think. It's their moment. All eyes on them.
Make sure both centermen are in the...
Yeah, send one off.
Yeah, right spot. No premature movement. He thought about backstopping that moving puck, couldn't, just out of his reach. BU looking up ice. They'll reset from their own zone. Turnover into the neutral zone once again. This time it'll be Clarkston to reset from their own zone. A turnover there. Fortunately for BU, unable to gather up that loose puck. Under 8 minutes now left to go, middle frame. No scoring here in the second period. Clarkston has the 2-1 lead. High rising shot over top of everything. Comes all the way out and moved ahead once again by BU. If they're able to hurry, they got some numbers. Instead, waiting for a trailing teammate. Catching it in the far face-off circle. Turning around and dealing it through. Long rebound gathered up by Goel. Moves it along the end boards. Puck pops its way to the blue line and skitters out. Clarkston once again on the attack, and another glove save and a hold by Hewer.
Yeah, that one looked like we could have had a little bit of a rush there, but right square in the chest, gloved in, and we'll get a wholesale change both ways with 7:14 to go in the second period.
Rainey up ice. Alberti. Flung in by Birmingham, but not fully in. That'll allow Clarkston, and we're going to have an icing call.
Now, I mentioned earlier that old-time hockey, we're going back to the beginning of the sport. Pucks were made out of wood, right? Do you know what other material they used?
I'm almost afraid to ask.
Well, you should be, because it's going to be the first time these words have ever been uttered on BACB Sports. But, and I read this in more than one place, frozen cow dung.
That's why I was afraid to ask.
You were correct.
Right
You should have been nervous by that one. I'm sure they're all rolling their eyes in the truck right now.
You kind of had a look in your eye, Andy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I just report history, and I'm not here to sanitize it any.
So once again, we are here to entertain and inform.
That's correct.
Clarkston right in on net. Hewer able to move it to his captain. Keegan Jordan, 77. When I think of 77, I think of Paul Coffey. Another old school reference.
Good player.
Very good player. Alberti, Hall of Famer.
A lot of Edmonton Cup years with Coffey.
Was involved in the Brendan Shanahan trade.
We have him to thank. That's correct.
6:07 left to go. Second period of play.
If you talk about history of the game, this one was one I found interesting, and this is nothing you should be concerned about. But before 1927, goalies, if they fell down, were fined $2.
If they fell down.
If they went down at all, they.
So that sort of eliminates the butterfly style of goaltending.
Yeah, that
there was only stand-up goaltenders back then.
That was
huh?
it. Exactly right. Yeah, that incentivized staying on your skates. $2 was a lot in 1927, I bet.
Probably a game salary.
Could have been.
Face-off win for Clarkston in their own zone. Glove down and playable there for the Wolves. They'll gain the offensive zone. Holding on to the puck, Cole Gibson. Forward, 1 goal and 5 assists. Big blast from the blue line. Gathered up by Hewer. Hewer's been Johnny on the spot as the last line of defense for Birmingham Unified. Impressed by his goaltending here tonight. He and Dylan Brand have sort of split duties this season. Hewer making his 11th start of the year. Dylan Brand has made 15. Coach Zach Worson, a couple really good netminders. Their goaltender tonight, very tall. That kind of has taken over in terms of the position. Kind of want bigger, taller goaltenders. That was never the case back in the day.
Yeah, they were all undersized and.
Think about Chris Osgood and
Yeah.
Jimmy Rutherford way back in the day.
Throwback.
Tiny guy, yeah.
Clarkston dips and dives her way through the neutral zone. Gavin Anderson lost the puck. Now has it taking away. Hitchik into the corner. Goes in after his own. Clarkston able to work it off the backboards. Comes in front of the home bench. Tie up now in front of the scorer's table. Clarkston player holding on to a Birmingham Unified stick. He'll throw it down now. Gathered back up. Wilford tried the short angle. Go out. Had the good angle there to cover him up. Collision at the blue line between Imikis and Schackemeyer. 4.5 minutes remaining in the second. In and out of the catching glove of Hewer, who now has to move it. Applying a little pressure there, Mike Truby. Now pinned along the near side boards directly in front of us. Thrown back in. They're going to have to tag up, and Hewer will instead cover the puck. Stops play with 4:12 left in the second. So those Birmingham team, we mentioned 4-4 tie in their previous game against Huron Valley. Prior to that, they had lost their previous 5 games. So some tough skating lately for Birmingham. They're a little beat up, as Coach Zach Workson mentioned prior to the start of tonight's game.
Yeah, I asked him, everybody healthy, ready to go? He just kind of rolled his eyes. Not the case. Of course, the illness bug has been afflicting teams of all sports right on down the line. It's been a rough year for the flu, I know.
Bring this face-off into the neutral zone, just outside of the Clarkston zone. Alberti taking the face-off for BU. Tracking the puck down, Bergeson. Clarkston once again wins the battle at center ice. Rising shot just out of the reach this time of Hewer. Comes to the near side. Clarkston able to backstop it at the blue line. Shot makes its way in on net. And once again, the leather flashed by Hewer.
He's been sharp. Let those 2 goals in the first period, but thus far, with only 3:38 left to go in the second period, we remain 2-1.
Alistair obviously seeing everything clearly here in this second period. Bertie couldn't win the draw, stretching post to post there, Hewer. Finally able to cover that puck up in his blue paint. 3:33 left to go now in the second period of play. And Clarkston another face-off win. Seeding. Tried to throw it through the legs. Graney blocked it down there. And dumping his man, no call. Keegan Jordan. Near side boards. Changing directions. Cash Mushu. Birdie couldn't get it out. Clarkston maintaining possession. They're starting to buzz just a bit here in the tail end of the second period. That puck take a funny bounce off the dasher boards and finally hammered down the length of the ice, where we will have an icing call against BU.
Well, Birmingham just relieving some pressure there. Those Wolves were all around doing everything they could but put the puck in the net. Birmingham's crew had enough of that, so even though the faceoff will come back deep in their own zone, they have a chance to take a breath here.
Unable to play that puck at the blue line. Ryan Wilford goes back after it. Karam's off the sideboards, thrown in by Harris, gloved down by Clarkston. We're going to get a hand pass.
Yeah, really both teams looking for something to break here in this last 2:20 of the second period. Not much offense here going on in the second, so trying to get a little momentum swing going heading into the break.
Tie up in the face-off circle. Thrown down by Clarkston, and Hewer had no choice but to cover. A scramble in the second period for Birmingham. Scoring was fast and furious in the first, nothing here in the second. Anderson moves it back to the blue line. Tough play defensively there for Ryan Wilford. Cycled back in by the Wolves. Tape-to-tape pass. Right on the money there for Birmingham. They look up ice. Nice job getting back defensively for Clarkston. Players come together behind the play. Far side boards. Clarkston looks up ice. Couple ticks under 2 minutes left to go in the second period. Clarkston gains the zone. Birmingham right there. Ransford again, left wing side. Ransford flings a quick wrister in on net. Opportunity via the rebound for Keegan Jordan. Turnover at center ice. Jordan back defensively. Clarkston having the tag up. They were in ahead of the play. Gives them an opportunity to change. Odd man rush now for Birmingham. Not a lot on that shot. Off the stick of Imicus. Minute remaining in the second period. Birmingham looking for the equalizer late here in the second frame. Clarkston trying to go to the backhand. Nothing available there for Walker. Going for the puck at the blue line was Wegner. Jordan able to dig it up along the end boards. Rings it around the outside, down the length of the ice. They'll wave off the icing.
Big hit there by BU.
Gathering up the puck at center ice, Greeny. Gitchik knocked down, and BU will look up at the big board. Just 3 seconds remaining. This one will bank off the backboards, and that will do it. A uneventful second period of play. Absolutely no scoring. 2 periods in the books with Clarkston in front of the Birmingham Unified Kings by a 2-1 score. Take another break here on BACB Sports. When we come back, the start of the third period of play.
Yeah, I know. Wait, yeah, you just look at that. It's so sad.
Waning seconds of the second intermission. Clarkston with the 2-1 advantage on road ice over our Birmingham Unified Kings. I'm Brad Fetters, joined as always by our BACB Sports analysts Nick Buckler and Andy Aubrey. Nearly set to go third period of play in this OAA Red contest.
Well, here's where the rubber meets the road, guys. This is it.
Clarkston with the 2-1 advantage. Clarkston out shooting BU 19-7 in that second period. Now hold a 27-20 shot advantage in the hockey game.
Yeah, apparently that was a big period for them getting shots. Not many of which were high percentage, but yeah.
So here we go. Center ice face-off to start the third period of play, and away we go. 17 minutes up on the big board. Clarkston, the opening possession of the third period. Centering pass into the slot position. Far side shot misses its mark. Bangs off the backboards. Now will be carried through the neutral zone by Birmingham. Benedict picks it up on the near side boards. Glides through center. Tries to split a couple defenders. Nobody there. Ryan Sloan goes back to get it defensively for Birmingham. Chipped forward by the Kings. They gain the offensive zone. Ransford's shot bangs off the back glass. Scooped up there behind the net by Graney. Mike Swader on the right wing side. Around a King behind the net. Tried to center it. 2 red jerseys cover him. Couple players come together along the near side boards. Fired in on net. Long rebound. Clarkston moves it back to the blue line. They'll have to tag back up to remain onside. They'll throw it in deep. Kings move it along the near side boards. out to center ice. Cut off there by the Wolves. Fling it right in on net. Paddled down by Hewer. Overskating the puck. Clarkston able to keep it in. Pinching in. Aller on the far side boards. And thrown on net and covered.
Yeah, good possession, though, for Clarkston here to start the period. They just need to start generating some offensive opportunities. Just kind of keeping it to the outside right now. They need to start getting inside, getting pucks on net.
Clarkston taking this opportunity to change. Offensive zone faceoff coming up. Cole Gibson taking it for Clarkston. Puck bounces up and out of play into the home bench. Sort of had a fast and furious first period. All the scoring occurring in that period, and then both teams kind of grinded it out in the second period.
Yeah, come to a screeching halt here.
Only had the one power play opportunity. That belonged to Birmingham late in the first period. Clarkston able to kill it off. Relatively clean played hockey game. Had some big checks. Right now the game-winning goal belongs to Jack Faber, his first of the season. Front runner right now for BACB Sports Player of the Game. Plenty of hockey yet to be played as we approach 2.5 minutes gone by in the third. Clarkston with the turnover, flipped in end over end. And Hewer will hold. Birmingham Unified's last game of the season will occur in a handful of days against Troy United. Troy United, the winners of the OAA White this season. They come in with a 23-1-0-1 record. Their only loss of the season in regulation was to the Utica-Fraser combined team. They did suffer an overtime loss to Lake Orion. And really the bright spot for Troy United this season is their goalkeeper, Noah Dumas, a 22-1 record. Has 2 shutouts on the season. Has a 157 goals against and a very gaudy 943 save percentage. Oh, so BU's going to have to figure out Dumas if they hope to win that hockey game against Troy. Birmingham having to check out Anderson. Tried to glide it through the neutral zone. Cut off there by Birmingham. They move it in deep. Looking for the equalizer. Clarkston just steady eddies on the defensive side of things. Overskating the puck, regathering it, flinging it in deep. Picked up by Graney. Birmingham looking for a rush. Touched into the offensive zone. Wilford goes back. Cross ice pass. Onto the stick of Truby. Turns it over in his own zone. Wilford looks up ice. Stretch it ahead. A little back tap there by Birmingham. Knocked down right at the red line. Bouncing puck. Gathered up by Clarkston. Moved on the backhand over to the right wing side. Shuffle through the offensive zone. Picked up by Birmingham. Guided in the offensive zone by Jordan. Thrown through. Missing the mark. Comes off the sideboards out to the blue line. Ransford makes the first man miss. Winds up. Wrist shot. Off the kicker plate. And out. Hewer will go after it. Tees it up for his defenseman. Ransford has it. Went to the backhand. Tried to move his way around the Wolf player. Clarkston stands him up at the blue line. Playable for Swader. Swader goes in after it once again. Finds Sloan on the far side wall. 11:50 now left to go in regulation. Centering pass, opportunity and a goal. Drew Swanson, his third of the season, provides Clarkston a little bit of insurance as they now have a 2-goal lead.
Yeah, this just looked like throwing the puck on net here from the end boards, and it goes in towards the middle here, as we'll see. Yeah, no real chance. I don't think the goaltender saw that one very well, as it just fluttered in right under his blocker. We got a 3-1 score.
Yeah, it was kind of whacked out of midair
Yeah.
there, and it just had a sort of a flutter is indeed what happened to it.
Crucial goal in this game for the Wolves here to go up 2.
Yeah, the way this game has been played defensively, especially by them, it's going to be tough for Birmingham now. They're going to have to score quickly. You don't want to leave a 2-goal deficit to make up too late. But they've been stood up by this defense by the Wolves. Very stout.
Clarkston goes for number 10, Mike Slater. Assistant number 13, to the board. Wade to the board.
Clarkston works it to the near side boards. Seating. Big collision behind the net. Or quick snapshot.
It was.
And so from the high slot, a stick. And a whistle. 10:48 left to go.
Starting to get down to crunch time for BU here. See if they can build off this offensive zone face-off, set something up, try to cut into this deficit.
Taking a look around the state of Michigan, I noticed Maverick Markham of Riverview Cabrini, the Pirate. Listen to these numbers, guys. Maverick has 80 goals on the season.
Wow.
42 assists for 122 points. That is obviously tops in the state of Michigan. And oh, by the way, in the 2 spot is his teammate, Trevor Turkowski, who has 25 fewer points than Mr. Markham. To put things in perspective, the 122 points, he averages, get this, just under at 4.88, just under 5 points per game.
How's his team doing?
Makes you wonder about records.
They
It's
are
gotta be up
tops in their league.
Got a penalty here. Looks like BU's going to be shorthanded here. Tripping
there.
call.
Get a trip, yeah.
So Maverick Markham of Riverview Cabrini.
What a name, too.
Maverick, yeah.
Yeah.
The parents liked Top Gun or what?
So
Or they drove an old Ford.
Oh, they're from Dallas.
Or maybe they're from Dallas.
Big Dirk Nowitzki fans.
Yeah.
80 goals.
Number 52, Adam Yankees. 2 minutes for tripping.
2 minutes for tripping, so Birmingham on the penalty kill, already trailing 3-1 in this hockey game. Really no wiggle room now for the Kings.
Yeah, Imicus, the guilty party there for tripping for BU. Wolves can really put a stranglehold on this game here if they're able to capitalize on the power play.
Gavin Anderson, all kinds of steam, moves in, fires a rocket wrister. Hewer able to guide that puck down off the midsection. Comes out to the blue line. And just out of the reach there of Wilford. Wilford kind of stuck out his hockey skate and tried to get it over to his stick side. Couldn't. And now Clarkston will have to regroup from their own end.
Oh, lost an edge.
70 seconds remaining on the Clarkston man advantage. Damien will tee it up for his captain, Ryan Wilford. Wilford looks up ice, selects it to keep himself. Gains the offensive zone, drops the pass back. Quick wrister there by Cole Gibson. Patted down and guided over to the far side corner. .40 seconds remaining on the power play for Clarkston. This should kill off some valuable time here for Birmingham. Knocked down and separated from the puck. Keegan Jordan. And applying a little bit of pressure. Puck goes cross ice to Swader, and they're going to say he's offside. Stop the clock with 8:12 left to go. Just 25 seconds now remaining in the Clarkston and man advantage.
Yeah, they were just kind of getting a little too excited there. Couldn't pull the puck between his skates and entered the O-zone before the puck and then touched it. Was detected. Face off outside.
Walker to take the neutral zone draw. He wins it back. Cooper Aller. Referee getting in the way of that puck. Stopped it along the far side boards. Damien leaves it for Wagner. Wagner up ice. Wagner couldn't pull the trigger. Good back check by Birmingham. Remaining few seconds tick off the minor penalty. Birmingham Unified back to full strength. 5-on-5 hockey. With 7:35 now left to go in the third. Birmingham trailing now by 2 goals. 3-1 our score. The big insurance goal. His 5th of the season by Mike Schwader. Having to go back and retrieve the puck, Graney. Over the near side boards, looking up ice, flipped forward. Knocked down by Wolford. Around the end boards, tied up. Puck squirts all the way out. Kick save and a beauty by Hewer. Clarkston maintains possession, maintains pressure. Birmingham able to finally carry it through the neutral zone. They gain the O-zone.
Oh, it tipped in.
Rousseau fired it on net.
Got deflected right away and went up into the top corner. A little friendly fire. We got ourselves a ball game.
Yeah, don't leave now, folks. Very important goal for Birmingham. And that is a testament to the fact that you throw it on net, anything's possible, right?
Yeah, this is just a turn and shoot. Gets deflected instantly by the defender, and it just changes direction. No chance for Damien.
We'll see it here. Just a quick shot.
Might have been a double
It was
doink.
deflected, I believe.
100%.
Yeah, indeed it was. So, hey, 3-2. Birmingham's still kicking.
Mousseau's 8th of the season gives him 23 points now on the year and pulls Birmingham closer. It's kind of a no-look shot as well. I think that may have fooled Damien as well.
Very unassuming. He didn't think much of it when it was shot. And next thing you know, it was in the back of the net.
Mousseau, assume that one's going to be unassisted.
Yeah, I think he just picked it up on the boards there on a clearing attempt.
So crunch time now. Just a 1-goal lead for Clarkston. Splitting a couple defenders, having to go down to make the butterfly stop Hewer. See if this most recent goal for Birmingham can provide a bit of a lift. Kings trying to draw even. Offensive zone gain. Knocked off the stick of Imicus. Ladled forward. Clarkston having to retreat into their own zone. Played forward. Regathered by Clarkston. Wagner moves it along the sideboards. Thrown in on net. Picked up by Graney. Over to the far side boards. Rifled back in by Clarkston. Basically playing a game of keep away. Swader. All of a sudden, he has the game-winning goal.
Big hit behind the play there by BU.
Physical play beginning to pick up just a bit. Some extracurriculars there by Cole Gibson.
15 catch, Rousseau. Assistant number 9, Marty Graney. Rousseau and Graney.
Going to give Marty Graney the assist on that most recent Rousseau goal.
Maybe he was the one that cleared that puck up the boards there where it was picked up.
At the blue line. All kinds of skates and sticks come together, bodies. Finally, Clarkston able to break out of the pack. Birmingham with the takeaway. A little poke check. Angled off the sideboards. Wagner. Let's see, we got a whistle.
We might have a cross check.
And Wagner was involved in a little bit of a tussle behind the play, and I think that official near center ice picked up on it.
Yeah, the official back here didn't notice it. He didn't say it. He didn't blow his whistle, but we might have a little bit of a...
Braden Wagner was along these near side boards, was able to play the puck, but then kind of gave his man a little bit of a shove.
Yep.
And then some extracurriculars broke out after the play had vacated the zone, and that's in fact what they're going to get.
That's a big opportunity here for the Kings.
Cross-checking will be the call, so Birmingham now on the man advantage, 0 for 1 on the night. Looking for the equalizer, under 4 minutes remaining in regulation. Good tip out in front. Malachevsky moves it back to the blue line. At the point, through some traffic, knocked down off the back of Wilford, who absolutely shimmies it around the end boards. Kitchik from his own zone. One hand on the stick, looks up ice. Picks up all kinds of speed through the legs of his defender, Jordan. Off the backboards to the far side boards it goes. Goel had it, lost it. Flipped up, and it hit the rafters here at Birmingham Ice Arena. And this faceoff will come back deep into the Clarkston zone. The Rocky theme song plays on, urging Birmingham Unified squad on here with the power play.
Fans are getting restless. They're getting loud.
68 seconds remaining in the man advantage for the Kings.
They're on their feet. Well, I saw one person on their feet.
Was it you?
It was me. My foot was going to sleep.
Alberti taking the draw here, wins it back to the blue line. Birmingham running out of time, looking for the equalizer here on the power play. Behind the cage, changing directions, Graney. Alberti comes in as well, and the puck works its way out. Clarkston able to vacate their zone. Truby moves it in deep, will kill off some of that PK time. 40 seconds now remaining in the Birmingham man advantage. 2:40 left to go in regulation. High shot sails wide, all the way out to the blue line. Kept in there by Clarkston. Opportunity on the doorsteps, guided out of the way. A couple players tangle up behind the net. Birmingham running out of time. Through the neutral zone now. Around a defender. Shot takes a funny bounce off the end boards. Puck on its end. Comes all the way over to Aller, who works it down the length of the ice. Just 5 seconds remaining now in the Birmingham power play. Little give and go here for the Kings. The Wolves back to full strength. Now the question becomes, with 2 minutes to go in regulation, when Birmingham will empty their nets.
Yeah, looking for a hero here. Someone looking to step up to be our BACB Sports Player of the Game, huh?
Yeah, right now, number 10, Mike Schwader, the defenseman for Clarkston, holds the game winner. Perhaps he is the favorite for BACB Sports Player of the Game. Birmingham looking for a say in that matter right now. Looking for the equalizer. Running out of time. Under 90 seconds remaining. Backhander! Ooh, just squirted wide of the net. Angled off the backboards. Oh, boy. Big scoring chance there for Birmingham. And an icing call. Now the question becomes, do you take the timeout? Right. Maybe empty the net if you're Zach Worson.
Yeah, we'll see here.
Well, I think you want to with a minute 15,
yeah,
right?
This is a perfect opportunity. You'll get a face-off. They took their timeout as we expected. So timeout, Birmingham. They're going to talk this over, drop a face-off play, and you'd imagine that the goaltender will come out here. They will not wait for possession with the offensive zone face-off, so you'd think.
Mentioned this Birmingham Unified team averages just a shade under 3.5 goals per game. Clarkston has held them under that average while scoring above their average here tonight. Clarkston coming into play averaging 2.3 goals per game. So credit Clarkston Wolves. They have played a really good game here tonight on the road.
Yeah, they've come in here and looked to be the better team. They've generated some chances early on, getting outshot, but making the most of their opportunities and then kind of settling in nicely and just kind of adding on, making sure that they could build a lead.
Mentioned just one game remaining on the Birmingham schedule. Then they will turn their focus and attention to the postseason, one and done, the format in the playoffs. Man, that is a tough way to go.
Sure is.
In the MHSA playoffs.
Yep.
You battle all season long to get yourself in a one and done format. So here we go. 1:15 left to go in the third. There is a look at the BU net. It sits empty. Extra skater onto the ice for the Kings. A little 6-on-5 with 75 seconds remaining in regulation. Big face-off coming up here for the Kings. And it is won and controlled by Clarkston. Backhanded off the end boards. Overskated there momentarily. Mousseau works it back to the blue line. Caught there by Kitchik. Ransford changes directions. Guides it over to Mousseau. Over on the short boards. Centering pass in between the circles. Sent down the length of the ice where we will have an icing. Quick trigger finger there by the scorekeeper. Stops the clock at 49.3.
They're on it.
Home ice cooking.
I was going to say, that's a little bit of friendly scoreboard operating /
That's a man that knows what he's doing.
It's true. Well, if you can't get a break like that at home, when can you?
This time Birmingham able to win the faceoff cleanly. Shoveled over to the near side corner, directly in front of us. Tough Karam off the boards. And BU sent all the way back into their own zone. Approaching a half-minute left in regulation. Clarkston clinging to a 3-2 lead. Birmingham with the extra skater on the ice. We're going to get another icing call. Anderson was down on the ice. No call. And perhaps one final push here for the Kings.
Yeah, they really need to get something going. Got to start with winning this face-off. See if they can set it up, get somebody open, and get a really good look here. Only 26.5 seconds to go. Time's ticking. I think what do we got?
Clarkston
Timeout
took a
for
timeout.
Clarkston?
Yep. Can't take it with you, so you might as well spend it. And they'll give their 5 on the ice and a little bit of a brief break here to catch their breath. Biggest face-off of this hockey game coming up. Brady Damien there, the goaltender, wears number 1 in gold for Clarkston, has been pretty good tonight. Alistair Hewer equally as good for Birmingham.
Well, in getting ready for the game, I did a little research on some famous Clarkston alumni. And they've got a few ball players in their background, a couple actors. Tim Robinson, you may remember from SNL and Detroiters. I Think You Should Leave, which is another series he produced, but you had Dane Fife.
Yep.
Hoopster. Foster Lawyer, if you remember that.
Michigan State.
Throwback.
Yep. And Tim McCormick.
Yeah.
Michigan, right?
Foster Lawyer was 20 years at MSU. Seemed like.
They don't allow you to play 20 years
right,
in
19.
college. Maybe 19.
So a bunch of Cagers for Clarkston as this one is sent. Just wide of the empty net.
They didn't call it.
They didn't call the icing.
Why would they not call icing on that?
They go through the crease.
Oh, my. Well, regardless, there's an empty net goal on the play for the Wolves.
Apparently, that's going to do it.
Yeah, all right. 16 seconds left now.
So I guess Swader with the game winner then, huh?
It certainly looked wide of the net.
I'd say. Well, it hit the back. It hit the end board.
So the empty netter will do it here for Clarkston as they're going to win the faceoff.
So, yeah, that was interesting. I thought that was from the far blue line at least. And the Bulls, I saw a ref that looked like they started to put their hands up and put them down, looked at each other. Good goal, and that's the final buzzer right there, 4-2 final.
So Clarkston will add on the empty netter and take it by the final score of 4-2. Clarkston improves to 10-14. Birmingham Unified falls to 12-11-2. Take one final break here on BACB Sports, but you do not want to miss our post-game coverage, including Andy Aubrey's Player of the Game interview. That's coming up next right here on BACB Sports.
Bloomfield Township Senior Services promotes wellness and strengthens the community through social connections, fitness classes, aquatics, day trips, and more. Our staff is here to serve you, offering lifelong learning and interactive opportunities for residents age 50 and above. Invest in your vitality with us. Follow us to learn more and stay up to date. We look forward to meeting you.
All right, guys, here we are with our BACB Sports Player of the Game. Number 10, Mike Swader, defenseman, sophomore, Clarkston Wolves. Mike, you came in here, you beat Birmingham. Do you feel bad at all?
I don't feel bad at all. We came in here to finish this game on the right track, go into playoffs with a great mindset, keep working hard. We got to keep that train rolling for playoffs.
Yeah. I heard your coaches talking about they moved you to forward recently, and so what's that transition been like?
That transition has been a little shaky at first, but I think I adapted really good to it. I think I always have been meant to be a forward. I think I'm generating more as a player for my team, more as a forward than a defenseman. I think I do more for the team.
Okay. And it's a team game, that's for sure. All right, so you come in here, it's a big win. Postseason coming. What's the mindset of your team like?
Mindset is just keep it going, go north on everything, keep it working. No mercy for any team coming our way.
Yeah. All right, well, that was the tact that you all took tonight, and it worked. So congratulations to the Wolves on a big win. And, best of luck the rest of the way. You can watch this on YouTube later. And you're the star of the show tonight. So hope you and the rest of the Wolves have a great season the rest of the way. Okay. Guys, we'll send it back to Brad and Nick. Take us on out of here.
Congratulations to our BACB Sports Player of the Game, Mike Schwader, the game-winning goal. He went hard to the front of the net and was able to get the tip as he was able to beat BU goaltender Alasdair Hewer for the third goal of the game. Clarkston would add on an empty netter and take it by the final score of 4-2. Nick Buckler, your final thoughts here tonight.
Yeah, I thought BU started this game pretty good. I thought they were in the driver's seat for the beginning of that first period, but Clarkston just didn't get off script. They played their game. They settled in nicely. They got a lot of pucks on net, and that appeared to be the game plan tonight. We're able to get some high percentage chances and some dirty ones like we saw in that game winner. Just kind of flung it towards the net, and good things happen.
So both of these teams now will turn their attention to the postseason. We do wish them both the best of luck. Terrific job by our hardworking BACB Sports crew tonight, including our director, Mike Kopmeyer. For Andy Aubrey and my broadcast partner, Nick Buckler, I'm Brad Fetter saying so long one final time from Birmingham Ice Arena. Your final score in OAA Red Play. The Clarkston Wolves 4, Birmingham Unified Kings 2. Thank you so much for watching this BACB Sports production.